The number one reason why some people get more done and achieve their educational target much faster is because they are absolutely clear about their goals and objectives and they do not deviate from them. Clarity is perhaps the most important concept in personal productivity. As a student, the greater clarity you have regarding what you want and the steps that you will have to take to achieve the target, the easier it will be for you to overcome procrastination and complete the task before you. Let's take a simple example. You have around 10 topics or chapters to study. When you are clear about which topic you will start from, you can start immediately. But when you are unsure, you will have to sit for some time and then decide about the topic. In such case, you will naturally lose the motivation required. Also, it is very common that students stop on the first step, like I want to pass this exam. Remember that common practices earns common results. I'm going to show you a powerful formula for setting and achieving your educational goal that you can use for the rest of your career. Many of my personal coaching students have increased their grades dramatically in a matter of few months with these simple methods. Step 1. Decide exactly what you want. Either decide for yourself or sit with someone you trust and discuss your goals and objectives until you are absolutely clear about what you want and in what order of priority. It is amazing how many students say that they are working very hard, but they don't realize that they are working on low value tasks because they did not have this critical discussion with themselves. Step 2. Write it down. According to a study, only about 3% of adults have clear written goals. These people accomplish 5 or even 10 times more than people of equal education and ability, but who have never taken the time to write out exactly what they want. A goal or objective that is not written is merely a wish or a fantasy. Unwritten goals lead to confusion, vagueness, and numerous mistakes. On the other hand, when you write your goals down, you crystallize it and give it a tangible form. Write it on a paper or anywhere else. I personally use OneNote application as it is accessible from both laptop and mobile. When I was studying for the Chartered Accountancy exam, I wrote the marks that I wanted to get for each subject behind the back of my books. And I never started any subject until I saw the page on which my marks were written. Step 3. Set a deadline on your goals and also set sub-deadlines if necessary. A goal or decision without a deadline has no urgency. Without a definite deadline, you will naturally procrastinate and get very little done. Step 4. Make a list of everything that you can think of that you are going to have to do to achieve your goal. A list gives you a visual picture of the larger task or objective. It gives you a track to run on. Clarity regarding the steps could mean the number of hours you need to put in, the number of books or guides you need to read, the kinds of lecture you need to attend, and most importantly, the sacrifices that you will have to make. Step 5. Organize the list into a plan. Take a few minutes to decide what you need to do first and what you need to do later. I know for certain that if you are watching this, you want to accomplish something that is more than ordinary. In order to do that, you should have a plan that you will be calling as a strategy and that you will be following until your goals becomes a reality. Remember this simple rule. One of the very worst uses of time is to do something very well that need not be done at all. Step 6. Take action on your plans immediately. An average plan very well executed is much better than an excellent plan on which nothing is done. Step 7. Commit to do something every single day that moves you closer to your educational target. I always say this, it is inevitable that some days you will be very productive and some days you will not be. You may be occupied in some other work, but you will have to keep your mind on the bigger picture and do not have any day where you have not done something that brings you closer to your objective. You may commit to read a specific number of pages on key subject each day or any other kind of commitments that is necessary for you to move closer. This discipline alone can dramatically increase your speed of goal accomplishment. Let's have a quick look at all the points discussed here. Step 1. Decide exactly what you want. Step 2. Write it down. Step 3. Set a deadline on your goal. Set sub-deadlines if required. Step 4. Make a list of everything that you are going to have to do to achieve your goal. Step 5. Organize the list into a plan. Step 6. Take actions on your plan immediately. Step 7. Commit to do something every single day that moves you closer towards your major goal. The bottom line is, some people are doing better than others because they do things differently and they do the right things right. Especially successful, happy and prosperous people. They use their time far better than average person. This is a technique that has worked for many of my students, and I'm sure that this is going to work for anyone who applies this in the way that it needs to be applied.